moment you realize your fridge is trying to tell you something.
At Lowe's, we sell more appliances than anyone else, so we can help you pick the right one.
Shop Lowe's Black Friday deals and get up to 40% off select appliance special values.
This is your dog. He needs a walk while you're out with friends today. That's where WAG comes in. WAG lets you book a dog walker whenever you need. This is Antonio. He's great with dogs.
I've been walking dogs for 2 years now.
Plus, he's been vetted by WAG and knows his stuff.
When meeting a new dog, I always make sure they warm up to me first.
Antonio knows how to give your dog a great walk, and he fills you in on all the details. That's why you use WAG, because of great walkers like Antonio. Get your first walk free when you download the app now.
When you show up to a holiday party with a great tasting, less filling light beer, you might need to find a backup fridge. Happy holidays from Miller Lite.
Welcome back. It's 0-0 at half-time between Brazil and Japan in the FIFA U-17 Women's World Cup. Japan probably edged that first half, but Brazil will know that they're going to have to hang on to possession a good deal more effectively. They have made a change at half-time with Bruno coming on for them. Bruno from the Chapecoense club. The referee allowing the two groups to go into their huddles and offer each other good luck for the next 45 minutes. It's always a mixed theory about whether group huddles work or not. Some people reckon it's just for the supporters of the two teams to make it look like there's team cohesion. And here's the official introduction into the game of Bruna. Interestingly, it's Jennifer who makes way. And Jennifer seemed to have a very odd first half. It looked to me at times as if she was injured. And it looks like Bruna's going into the right back position. And Isabella has to move forward. So the only change made at half-time is by Brazil. Bruna coming on, replacing Jennifer. Japan unchanged from the opening 45 minutes. And as every minute goes on, the sun begins to poke through the clouds. Japan on the attack right from the start of the second half. Morita in possession. And that's been overrun. And this is the first time we've actually seen the sun today. Ball powerfully headed down by Okuba. This one laid forward towards Emily, but she's going to have to dash to get there. Takizawa all the way back to Goto, and Japan builds steadily from the back once again. Takizawa calling for the ball, but it's forward here towards Kamiya, and Kamiya just offside. Although she has been the most likely candidate to score the opening goal of the game. Shiseli. Duda, Isadora. Here's the substitute, Bruna. That was an outrageous turn if it was meant to be like that by Isabella, who's away now. Isabella with 3 to aim at. And again, why on earth did she pick that option? Looked like a shot on goal by Isabella, and no wonder the coach looks a little bit downhearted. There were 2 teammates screaming for the ball in the middle. Ito. Matsuda. Yoshizumi. Morita. And a real break on here with Kawizawa, and the Brazilian goalkeeper did well to come to the edge of a penalty area to spot that raid. Japan aren't done yet, though. They have 3 forward on this attack. Osawa. Morita. Yoshizumi. Just about cut out. Okuma. Ito. Goto again, who was cautioned in the first half. Matsuda to the far side. So once again, a patient build-up by Japan, but they have 11 Brazilian players ahead of them to try and break down. And the first loose pass picked up by number 7, Isabella, but it's 1 back. Morita on the far side. 2 to aim at. Nishita. Clever idea, didn't quite come off. This now, Amanda. Amanda goes to ground, and she's won a free kick. Amanda with those bright fluorescent orange boots. And 4 here is Duda. Shiseli. Emily. Lovely little drag back towards Shiseli. And Shiseli forward now. And once again, as soon as the whites of the goalposts are there to be seen, Shiseli tempted to shoot rather than lay the ball off to a colleague who might have been in a better position, but it's a corner kick nonetheless to Brazil. We're still waiting for the first goal of the competition so far. Julia to take the corner. Four to aim at. Isadora, it's over her head. Kuma gets the ball to safety. Looks like it's going to be the substitute, Bruna, to take the throw. Bruna with the high hanging cross, but not a particularly accurate one. And the final ball by Brazil has been hugely disappointing. To get into a good crossing position like that and deliver a disappointing ball, and does all the good work which preceded it. Matsuda. Matsuda. Osawa. Osawa once again. That's easy though for the Brazil goalkeeper Mayara from the Imperial Club. Duda. There is a well-known concept in tournament football not to lose your opening game. If you do, it's very, very difficult to continue in the competition, and maybe we'll get to a stage of this match soon when Brazil and Japan will settle for a draw. Duda under pressure. Shiseli with a lovely touch to get her out of trouble, and she initiates this attack now. 4 ahead of her. Is she going to be tempted to shoot? Well, she might have released the ball, and the problem is there's now 5 Brazilian players at field, all desperate to get back. Can Japan take advantage? Kamiya, the answer is no. Shiseli getting a bit of a ticking off from her coach. If you're going to gallop all that way at field, you might as well slip the ball off to a colleague. There were 4 waiting. Morita, Yoshizume, threes is Adora. Duda, Shiseli, who went on that wonderful run a moment or so ago. Shiseli. Duda, Isadora, Bruna, Goto. That's a fine take by Ito. Ito chips the ball in, headed clear by Isadora. Takizawa goes for the return and is round the back. Takizawa, shoulder met shoulder. It's going to be a goal kick, but once again, Japan looking to get behind the Brazilian defence, not a million miles away. If you've just joined us, this is the FIFA U-17 Women's World Cup. We're in Maldonado in Uruguay, coastal resort to the east of the country. This is the opening game of the competition. Brazil in their famous lemon shirts against Japan, 0-0. Japan have just shaded it, though. Matsuda for his Goto. Well, this game needs an injection of pace by somebody to try and claim all 3 points. Victory in this match would probably be pretty effective in ensuring a place in the next phase of the competition. Both teams will be expected to beat South Africa. Can't see Japan being too worried by Mexico. Brazil, remember, the current South American champions, but they've hardly played like that. Their passing has been disappointing. Their play in the final third of the pitch at times has been very frustrating indeed. And if they just converted maybe a quarter of their chances, the scoreline surely wouldn't be 0-0. Japan, on the other hand, have kept the ball better. They've passed more effectively, but they haven't really carved out too many chances so far. Well, let's see what they do here. Again, the final ball disappointing. Kamiya certainly has looked the most likely, the player just to the right of your picture. Keep thinking is the message from the Brazilian coach, Luizão. Been with this group quite some time now. Both teams have had 6 shots on goal. 2 on target by Brazil, 1 for Japan. Duda, that's a really poor ball. Shiseli got nowhere near it. Let's see what she can do again. And gives it away again. And no wonder the coach is angry. You can't give the ball away in that area of the pitch and expect to survive too many times. It's an accident waiting to happen. This is Okuma. Kinoshita. Chipped in here by Matsuda. Belted goalwards by Osawa. That's better. Emily darts off towards goal again. The final pass not good enough. Picked up by Japan. Takizawa. Kuma. All the way to the left back. Morita now, the left winger. Yoshizumi. Ito. It's a good interception in the end by Shiseli. Brazil about to make their second substitution of the match. More on that in a moment. Isadora mopping up at the back. Maria Luisa will come on, known as Malu. Plays for Santos, very famous Brazil club. Probably their most famous player ever was Pelé, of course. Malu is a midfield player, so I suspect Julia or Chris will come off to allow her introduction into the game. We shall see. Yoshizumi, a misunderstanding between goalkeeper and central defender. Isadora's header headed out. You can see there was no great love lost between the goalkeeper and central defender. And it is going to be a substitution with Vitoria coming off. And it's Malu on in her place. So Malu is on, Maria Luisa. Meanwhile, Brazil have some defending to do with this corner kick imminent. Well, the goal has been threatened too often during this game. Japan already planning their first substitution of the game. Isadora. Knocked into midfield where Julia is waiting. Six is Ito. And 16 here is Kinoshita. Oh, the goalkeeper hasn't got there. Tawizawa. And the shot is just wide. My goodness. Goalkeeper put her defence under all sorts of pressure. And Kirishita really might have done better. Change coming up for Japan. With number 13, Yamamoto, coming on. And she is replacing Osawa in attack. No sign of the super sub yet, Tanaka. Yamamoto, we've got a couple of goals at the Asian qualifiers. Shiseli, one of the smallest players at these championships. 4 is Duda, back to the goalkeeper. Kamiya. Seven is Matsuda. Kuma. Goto. Okuma. Picked up by Ito. Okuma. Goto. Matsuda. That's neatly done. Malu. Should be enough to get it back to the goalkeeper, who indeed clears her lines. Brazil still on the front foot, mind you. Julia. And really was a hopeful effort by Yamamoto, who's just come on. 7 here is Isabella. Isadora. Duda. Shiseli. We're almost at the midway point of the second half and still no breakthrough. Shiseli. Duda, Shiseli. Vittoria. Game has entered a bit of a lull at the moment. Neither team able to force a shot on goal. Yamamoto calling for it. This is Yamamoto. She's through on goal. Can she drag it back here? She just waited a nanosecond too long, and it's out of harm's way by Isadora. That's more like it by Japan. A little bit of a opportunity for them. Not the tallest team here at these championships by any stretch of the imagination, but they have a history of scoring plenty of goals at the FIFA U-17 Women's World Cup. Let's see what they can do here. Little more than a very ordinary header by Camilla. Emily. Camilla. She really has caught the eye, and she's caught the eye of the referee because she's been fouled right in front of the referee's nose. Isadora gets it clear, only as far as Takizawa. And then this is Ito now. Goto. Takizawa. This is more like it. Ito's cross, headed clear by Duda. All the pressure coming back on Brazil again. This is Ito. Maybe this is their moment. Yamamoto. No way through for Kinoshita. And Brazil really just struggling to keep Japan out at the moment. There's an instant of cramp. I think it's Duda who's gone down. Brazil need to keep concentrating because Japan do score inevitably in these U-17 World Cup matches. Kinoshita. Akuma. Much better coordination between Isadora and the goalkeeper. 20 minutes left. 20 minutes for somebody to break this deadlock. Kinoshita. Yamamoto. Maybe Japan look that little bit fitter than Brazil at the moment, and this could be the telling period of the match to determine that. Emily. Spectacular dive by Emily, but there was no intent to foul her. Shiseli. Bruna is free on that far side. A rare attack here by Brazil. There haven't been many in this second half. That's better. Amanda. And Brazil need to get back. They've that pass has taken 5 Brazilian players out of the equation. Kinoshita. Morita. Morita's cross. Breaks nicely here for Takizawa. And then a long-range shot comes in from Okuma. And the scoreline remains 0-0. Four is Duda. Back here to Mayara. Bruna. The longer the game has gone on, the more Japan look capable of snatching a victory here. Brazil seem to be tiring not only physically but also mentally as well. Shizeli offside against Brazil. Okuma with a very direct ball. Isadora got it clear. Emily gives chase, but it's a really easy ball intercepted by Goto. Back to their goalkeeper as Japan try and fashion an opening again. Ito. Just wonder whether it's going to be a goalkeeping mistake or defensive mistake which settles this game. We're on course for first 0-0 in the opening game. Takizawa. Takizawa won it back, and here she goes again. Takizawa. Great vision. Good tackle, mind you. Yamamoto didn't really stand a chance, and Brazil almost guilty of giving it back to Japan inside their own penalty area. 5 is Okuma, who chips it in, but that's going to be pretty easy for the Brazilian goalkeeper. 15 minutes to go. Next up for Brazil, a meeting here on Friday with Mexico as Japan in the 2 o'clock kickoff take on South Africa. And it's Japan and Mexico who stay in Maldonado, and it's Brazil and South Africa who move to Montevideo for their final game. Morita. Bruna. Isadora. Goto. Okuma. No ability for Amanda to turn. It's been given away here to Takizawa. Nice give and go by Takizawa. And she has support from Ito. 4 to aim at. Ito trying to find an opening. Yamamoto there. Ito. Kinoshita. Touch forward here by Takizawa. Cross picks out absolutely nobody. Only Bruna, who's prepared to run up to the halfway line and deliver an accurate ball to Amanda, who's been taken out. So Yasmin comes on for Brazil, replacing Duda. Yasmin, a defender, will slot into the back four. Isadora with a free kick. Floated in towards Emily. Emily's header, well, flicked out of harm's way in the end by Sara Ito, and it's going to be a corner kick for Brazil with 12 minutes to go. Japan about to bring on their super sub, Tanaka. That could be an interesting chapter in this game. What a time to introduce one of their top goal scorers, but very often introduced from the bench. Meanwhile, Brazil have the corner. Can they find an opening goal? Another corner. And another. Good covering. There really is a they shall not pass attitude in that Japanese defence. Brazil having to be very patient indeed. Emily to take this corner kick again. This one is flighted slightly better. Free header easily caught by Oba on her goal line, and she bowls the ball out. Takizawa makes inroads. I think that tackle by Chris will signal the introduction into the game of Tanaka, perhaps. Yeah, here comes the change. Tanaka on, replacing Kamiya, who's had a good game, actually. On another day, she could have had 2 or 3 goals. But here is Tomoko Tanaka. Missed a penalty in the shootout against South Korea in the Asian Championship semi-finals, which ended 1-1. Scored 4 times in those qualifiers, and 3 of those were after coming on as a substitute. So maybe the stage is set for her. Can Tanaka alter the outcome of this game? Tawizaka now for Japan. Yamamoto, and that's drifted harmlessly over the top. The opening game of the Women's Under-17 World Cup about to end goalless unless one of these two teams can find something special. It hasn't been a special match, in truth. Bruna getting it back to Isadora. Bruna. Japan seem to have got stronger and stronger the longer the game has gone on. Goto. Takizawa, this looks promising. Slight stoppage in play. I think there's going to be a problem here for Isadora. Medical staff have not been invited on just yet. I think it was a powerful whack. I think Brazil thought the ball would be given back to them, but that wasn't the case. Well, one of these two teams have just 8 minutes now to alter the destination of this match, which at the moment looks like a point apiece for a 0-0 draw. Bruna. Not the best of headers there by Matsuda, which just shoves play 30 yards upfield in Brazil's favour. Lovely ball round the corner for Malu. Now can Brazil take advantage? And off Japan go again. Tanaka, her first real touch in the game. Is the super sub going to live up to her name? Takizawa. Okuma. Morita gets it wide. This is Morita still. Yamamoto, easily dispossessed. Brazil struggling to get the ball out of the last third of the field. Shiseli, that's better. Emily from the Chapecoense club. Malu. About 5.5 minutes to go. Be very little stoppage time unless we have a major incident. Malu. Shiseli. Shiseli goes to the return. She's not particularly well marked here. It is Shiseli. Cut out though by Goto. And it's gone out for a Brazil corner ball. The lipstick to left back. With a big smile on her face. There's another instant here of cramp. Bruna acting as makeshift medical officer, but you have to be tough and physically fit. In most modern sports, there are 4 elements to producing a good team. One is physical, as in how fit you are, and I'd say Japan have just shaded that today. The other is tactical. How well has the team stuck to the coach's tactics? And I'd say that is, again, in Japan's favour. The other one's technical. How easy can you manipulate the football? Again, Japan have shaded that. And the 4th element is psychological. Who are the tougher team? I'd say that one's up for grabs at the moment. The first 3 I would probably give Japan's way. Well, this could be a key moment of the game. Isadora prominently forward, round about the penalty spot. Yasmin too. Tall, powerful defender. And it's a disappointing corner kick at this stage of the game. Isabella will know that. That's another wasted opportunity. And we are 3 minutes away from stalemate in the opening game. So off we go again. Oh, that was a scything challenge by Chris. I think Chris slightly fortunate not to be shown a yellow card for that. Certainly disruptive play. The disappointment perhaps is that Tanaka hasn't really been given too much time to affect the game. Here she is. Tanaka lays the ball off. Morita. And Tanaka's control let her down. Of course, this opens up the opportunity for Mexico to lead the group if they, as expected, beat South Africa at the 5 p.m. kickoff here. Local time is 3:45 in the afternoon. Yamamoto. Tanaka calling for it. She makes a dummy run. 16 is Kinoshita. Tanaka. Takizawa. Oh, that's given away cheaply. Tanaka. Chipping the ball in, away by Isadora. Back to Tanaka again. Good pressure here from Japan as we enter the last minute of the 90. Kinoshita. Ito. Tanaka. And now Brazil can counter-attack, or they can just apply the brakes and see if they can rescue what has been a tricky couple of minutes and emerge with a draw. It's only been 5 shots on target in the entire match. 3 for Brazil, 2 for Japan, and that really is something that they're going to have to look at. And how ironic that Japan, who are the top scorers in the history of this competition in terms of goals per game, should open their account in this tournament with a 0-0 scoreline. If it's going to stay like that, of course. As we move into stoppage time, of which there'll be 3 minutes. 3 minutes for one of these two teams to secure the victory. 16 is Kinoshita. Away by Isadora. Picked up here by Amanda. And Amanda tries to pick out Emily with a very sloppy ball indeed. Just wonder how much the half-time substitution of Jennifer has affected Brazil. She didn't look fit in the opening 45 minutes. She looked very, very sluggish indeed, as if she was carrying either an illness or injury. Here's Tanaka, and it's all the way through to the Brazil goalkeeper. Tanaka unable to get close to that one. That isn't going to be a foul, although it's a painful crash landing for Emily. And here come Japan again. They've got about 1:30 to fashion an opening to try and win this game. Goto. Kinoshita. Yamamoto. That will probably do. Goto with a throw. Japan still chasing this game and trying to get to the finishing tape ahead of Brazil. Tanaka, the shot is blocked by Yamamoto. And that means there's just 60 seconds left now of stoppage time at the end of the game. This is not a time to take chances. Julia. Amanda. Once again, the final ball by Brazil cut out this time very effectively by the left back. Morita. We're just about done here in Maldonado in the opening game of the FIFA Women's Under-17 World Cup. A late free kick. Japan take it quickly, though. Kinoshita. 8 here is Takizawa. And Takizawa just about flicked on the goal line. Is that going to be a corner? It is. But Japan have just got 10 seconds to take it. They're going to have to hurry up here. This is the last knockings of this game. Ito to take the corner. The last action of this game, surely. Ito's corner, if Brazil can get it clear, is going to end level at 0-0. Ito takes it. And the referee brings this game to a close. A game of few real chances. Japan will feel they should have won it. One or two of the Brazilian players look absolutely shattered. But in Maldonado, in the opening game of the competition, it ends Brazil 0, Japan 0.